Hello, and I am back. Yes, you guys are going to be sick of me by the time I upload all of the videos for this week, or at least the ones that I'm hoping to upload this week. I am doing this video that was inspired by the Courtney Project. I remember um, when she quit her corporate position and she went to do her writing full time, that she would document periodically throughout the year. She would document where she was in her journey after a year, after a half a year, after 2 years, things like that. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to do something similar on my channel where I document what my experience has been like for starting with this one for the past 3 months. If this is the first time that you're watching any video on my channel, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Nadia Johnson. I am the indie published author of the Remembering June series, which is currently, I have written 2 books in that series and I have to write 2 more. And I also have what I am calling my Transgender Diva series, which is which is going to be a 3-book series, but it is currently, I've only written 1 book, and I am in the process of republishing that book because of some formatting issues, and that book is called Unmasked. I started my YouTube channel about 3 months ago, and that's what this video is going to be about, is what my experience has been so far. So the 3 things that I've learned about being an AuthorTuber so far is that your growth on your channel is a slow process. I'm sure there are some people that might have instant success because they might be a different type of channel from mine, but I'm not looking for instant success. I'm looking to spread the word about my work, about my process, about writers and mental health, creatives and mental health. I'm wanting to spread a message that we don't have to hold it all together all the time because it's impossible. And I think in the AuthorTube community, the word that has always thrown around is burnout, because people are constantly pushing themselves to the brink. And I am trying to do my journey on AuthorTube a little bit different. So that is number 1. The second thing I've learned about being an AuthorTuber in the first 3 months is that you will want to give up. There are many times that you will want to give up because, especially if you're not seeing engagements, you're not seeing the growth that you would like to see, it is real easy to tuck tail and run. And what I am going to say is that I am learning how to face the fear of people not liking me or not getting me as an artist or as a person, and not always necessarily liking my content, because it is a real thing. Some people just will not get you. They will not understand who you are as a person. They will not get your process. They will not feel inspired or feel like your content is something that they want to be a part of. And that has been a really big thing for me in creating my channel, is that I want to show up authentically. And sometimes you have to realize that your authentic self is not going to be something that meshes with everyone else. And that's hard to swallow sometimes because, you know, we all like to think that we're likable and that we have good qualities about us, and we all do. But sometimes that just doesn't connect on camera, or that doesn't connect with a particular demographic. And so I'm learning to be okay with that and not to give up on myself just because I'm not seeing the engagement or seeing the growth in my channel that I would like to see. So the last and final thing that I've learned about author tubing is that in the past 3 months has been that all author tubers are different. You will find some that enjoy vlogging, some that don't, some that will do like check-ins that are no longer than like 15 minutes, some of them that vlog that are only like 15 to 25 minutes. And then there will be people that like to vlog, and their vlogs will be cinematic and long and beautiful, and they'll have perfect transitions. But this all comes after years of practice. So I think that when you're starting out on AuthorTube, because I've only been on it for 3 months, that you have this tendency to compare yourself to people that have been doing this for years. Or you will find some that really haven't been doing it as long. Maybe they've only been doing it for about a year, or, you know, a little less than a year, and they seem to have it all together. Well, social media can do that to us and make us feel like the cultivation of perfect content is what we need to be looking for. I think we do need to constantly be learning about, especially if you're going to become a content creator, you need to be constantly learning about how to better edit, how to better use your time when you're creating videos, and also being very thoughtful about what you put on your channel, because you are creating a brand. And so just remember that it's okay that you might not be the same as everyone else, because everyone is different, and that's okay, because we each have something unique to offer. So, what are my plans for my channel moving forward? So, my plans are to continue to grow my subscribers by providing content that is authentic to me as an AuthorTuber, um, that I hope will then um, bring in subscribers and bring in people, bring in a community, because I'm trying to create a community here. So I want to create a community of people that like my work, that like my process, that can challenge me in ways that in my writing career I need to be challenged. I also want to just be present in every video, and be excited about every video that I put out, because, you know, sometimes after doing something for a while you can lose the passion for it, and not really know how to reset. So I always want to come before the camera knowing that I'm offering you my best self. I want to continue to create things that I feel, I want to continue to encourage people to be themselves, to create the books that they love, to tell you about things that I'm learning in my own journey, to continue to expand upon the knowledge that I already have. So I think for now, that is the future of this channel. So, has my vision for my writing career changed in the past 3 months since I first started this channel? When I first started this channel, I recorded a video that talked about revisiting the vision. And my vision for my writing career is to become a full-time published author. I think that at some point when I have written more and I've had more experience in writing and learning about the self-publishing process, that I would like to venture into into traditional publishing and really become a hybrid author. But for now, I really want to focus on my self-publishing career, and I want to continue to write. And what I want to do is write at least 2 books a year starting next year. I am currently working on my next published work that I want to publish, and um, as of next quarter, I would like to be working on um, finishing finishing up that book and starting to work on the second book that I want to publish at the end of next year. So I think that my overall vision for my writing career has always been that I want to make a living as a writer. I don't want to have to work a full-time job like I'm currently doing. I want to be able to be free of the restraints of that. Um, so I know that I have to learn more about marketing because I'm not very good at marketing myself. I'm not very good at selling myself. I know that I need learn more to learn more about making sure that the product that I'm putting out is perfect the first time so that I don't have to go back and change it. And here I am, 3 books in, still learning things. And I think that with each book, your books should get better, your writing should get better, your process should get better. And so I really don't think that my vision has changed as much as the way that I'm approaching my vision moving forward. So another thing that I talked about in a earlier video was recapturing my joy. And in that video, I talked about one of the things I was going to do to recapture my joy was to start new hobbies. And so, how are my new hobbies going? Unfortunately, I have not started this part of reclaiming my joy. Um, my hobbies are not going at all, and part of it is because summer has not been what I expected it to be, and the other part is that I really have not made it a focus. Um, which, I'm being honest here. I sometimes have all these big ideas about what I want something to look like, but in real life, if I don't set my mind on it and really focus on it, then it won't get done. And I think that's most people. And so I really have not concentrated on starting new hobbies. I have tried to incorporate more fun in my life. I still don't feel like I'm having enough fun. So that's something that I want to continue to work on. I want to continue to work on formulating new hobbies. Um, I think my hobbies were I wanted to learn how to fly fish. I wanted to learn how to play golf. I've been thinking about tennis. Um, I've been thinking about different things that I can do to get myself out into the world, get myself out into nature in order to reclaim my joy. Which brings me to my next question and answer. So my next question is, have I recaptured my joy? Again, in an earlier video, I talked about how I was going to work on reclaiming my joy. So if you haven't watched it yet, go back and watch it. See if there's anything in it that might help you reclaim your joy if you're finding that you are in a really dark or lonely place. Have I recaptured my joy? I think I am definitely in a better place mentally than I was probably during COVID, after COVID, even as late as the beginning of this year. I think when I first started recording these videos and posting to YouTube, and when I decided I was going to finally take that step, that I still wasn't in a great place mentally, physically, spiritually. I just wasn't in a good place. I was still suffering from depression. I was still going through a lot of things up here. I stayed in my head. Um, I have since corrected some of the things in my life that I've allowed to hold me back. The things that were depressing for me, I've started to work on things a little bit at a time. I don't think that it's something, reclaiming your joy is ever really a destination that you get to. I just think it is the little things that you do daily to check in with yourself and to make sure that you are good. That could look like different things for different people. One of the things that I've tried to do is journal more. Recently, that habit has not been, I haven't been as good at that habit, but um, I did write in my journal this weekend, and I keep a digital journal. I don't keep a physical journal anymore. Um, and what I've decided I'm going to do is each year I will just start a new digital journal. Kind of like, if I was doing a planner, I would start a new planner each year. I'm going to do the same thing with my journal. I was also writing letters to specific people in my life that, I had issues with and that I was trying to work through my feelings with. I was writing letters to them. And I haven't recently had to write any letters to those people. So I think in my own way I'm starting to work through my emotional life and really coming into my joy again. But like I said, it is not necessarily a destination that you're getting to. I think it is the small choices that you make every day. So, my last question, and it's also based off of one of my Naked Monday videos, which all of these questions I think that I've asked myself and answered for myself have been from my earlier Naked Monday videos. Now, if you're not familiar with my Naked Monday videos, they were an opportunity for me to share with you some of the things that I struggle with in my personal life, some of the things that I struggle with in my writer life, because they are kind of, sometimes they can be one and the same, and sometimes they can be very separated. Um, I'm trying to learn how to incorporate more of my personal stuff, like the stuff that I do for fun, the stuff that makes me happy, because perhaps it can spark something in you as my audience. And so let's get back to the question. So in an earlier Naked Monday video, I talked about reclaiming my heart. I have been going back and forth in one particular relationship for probably 15 plus years. As a black trans woman, sometimes I think I have felt that happy ending, being in a healthy relationship, being someone who is chosen by someone is virtually impossible. And I have had to change my views around that, because I think if I truly want to be a part of a healthy relationship, I first have to get right with how I feel about myself. And I have to admit that my relationship with myself hasn't always been the healthiest, because I grew up with a lot of adversity in my life about my gender identity and about who I am as a person, and that has been really difficult for me to deal with. And I realized that I had a lot of trauma behind it, a lot of undealt with stuff that I needed to face. And so here I am at 42 trying to learn how to love myself unconditionally and show up for myself and set boundaries. And it hasn't led to me really putting myself back out there to date again, because I don't know that I'm ready for that step. But it has led me to really try to try to listen to myself, listen to my heart more, listen to and give myself credit for how far I've come, because sometimes I think we we think that we haven't made any progress in these areas of our lives, especially when it comes to letting go of relationships and trying to move on and learning to love ourselves. And I've realized over these past 3 months that I have in fact made progress. Um, my heart still misses the person in question. I miss him a lot. And I just wish sometimes that things had worked out differently. And so I'm coming to terms with the fact that things are the way that they are meant to be. And I'm trying to get to a place where I can move forward and move on. I will admit that I am not there yet. Um, but each day I think I'm gaining momentum in this area, and I'm becoming better at showing up for myself and realizing that the only person that can control this situation is me, because I am the only person who is still feeling the way that I do about missing this person. And I realized that moving on has nothing to do with the other person. It has everything to do with where you are in your life. And so I'm just trying to take steps every day to move forward confidently and know that there is love after you let go of a previous relationship. So, that's all, folks. I don't have anything. I just wanted to do a quick video that kind of goes over how my journey has been as an AuthorTuber so far. So I hope that it has been informative. I hope that you got something out of it. And if you have, I hope that you like and that you subscribe and that you share this video. I'm so happy to be back from another hiatus. If you're not familiar, I am doing this thing in my AuthorTube journey where I will create content for 2 weeks and then I will take a week off. So this video is coming to you after a break, and this has worked really well for me, and I hope that it continues to work for me. Again, my name is Nadia Johnson. I am an indie published author, and I'm fairly new to AuthorTube. I'm 3 months, actually, I'm in my 4th month of being on AuthorTube, and for the most part, it has been fun. It's a lot of work. I don't want you to ever think that this isn't work, because it is. It's almost sometimes like having another full-time job. But I think the payoff and the benefit is worth it. So if you're thinking about starting your own YouTube channel and you're unsure, or you think you don't have anything to say, I am here to tell you to start the channel. And if it's not a YouTube channel that you're after, maybe you are hesitant about writing that book or creating the art or creating the music, and I'm here to tell you to just do it. Don't hold back. Create freely. Don't worry about the results. And the number one thing I want to leave you with before I close out this video is that always, always, always show up as 100% authentically you. Have a great and wonderful Monday, creatives, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.